Hey everybody, welcome back to Elemental Cartomancy. I just checked and it's been 4 weeks since we did the Marielle study group fours. So it's been 4 weeks since I was last live. Um, I know that it should have been the Marielle study group today, but I'd put out a post saying that I'm just leaving it this month and we'll kind of pick it up again next month. So how is everybody? I'm excited to see people here. Um, yeah, welcome back to you guys. Um, Hi Simon, how you doing? Simon says you're back. Woohoo! Yeah, I am. Kristen says hi, Chris. Hi Simon and all. Hey Kristen, how you doing? And we've got Brian here as well. So I'm just making sure I've got my YouTube chat on live chat. What would be what would be missing comments? So yeah, it's great to see you all. I, some of you'll know, probably most of you'll know, some won't. I've been really ill for a while. Not quite sure what it is, to be honest, some sort of infection. But beyond that, we really don't know. Been to the doctor several times. I even ended up in hospital one day. Um, I wasn't kept in overnight or anything. It was just I was in for the day, being investigated and whatnot. Um, and yeah, the most we know is it's some sort of infection. So it's absolutely knocked me flat. I can't. I mean, there's been some times that I can think of one time before, maybe when I had strep throat, which is a kind of a form of tonsillitis. When I've been this unwell, but I can't remember it making me this ill for so long. Um, I suppose it might just be a part and parcel of getting old, in my 30s now and all that. Um, but yeah, it's not exactly been a picnic, but I'm getting there. Um, I might sound a wee bit wheezy, and I might get quite tired quite easily through this. Who knows? But I'm excited to be here. I'm excited to see everyone. This is the first time I've done my hair, and it must be about 3 weeks. So that alone is very exciting because I actually feel human. Um, so yeah, hi everyone, and obviously I know that you are understanding and you don't mind, but I still want to say that apologies that I've not been here, just because I've not been here to kind of enjoy your company and whatnot. Um, So there's a couple of more people come in, so let me just say hi. So we said hi to Simon and Kristen and Brian. We've also got Deanne who's here as well. Hey Deanne. We've got Debbie from Aquarius Owl. We've got Tammy Pie. Hey Tammy Pie, how you doing? 1 o'clock on a Thursday. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So you must be have I reached ready the West Coast, the Wheat Coast, the West Coast. Of the US, I'm assuming, Tammy Pie. I don't think I've ever actually asked where you're from. Um, Joey Luna's here. Hey, Joey, how you doing? Lisa Amber. Hey, Lisa, how are you? Deanne says, hey, everyone. Hello, everyone. I see you, but I can't keep up with names today. Um, Kristen, you're so old now. Yep, that's me. Um, although thankfully I've not like started finding grey hairs yet. So there's a positive. But then, to be fair, I mean, my gran died when she was 70, in her 70s, and she definitely wouldn't, you wouldn't say she had grey hair, maybe grey hairs, but not grey hair. And I mean, it, not even many grey hairs at that. So I don't know. I'm hoping that I take my genes from that line, and maybe I won't have grey hair. Who knows? But then there's my dad's side who they've all got grey hair, so I guess we'll see. um, Simon says, "Old in your 30s, tisk." I know, I know. I tell you, I felt old though, Simon. These past few weeks, um, like constantly being tired, like everything is an effort. I'll be like today, I didn't think I was going to go live because I spent most of the day in my bed. And when I say, well, I spent pretty much all of the day in my bed until I picked up Sandy when he finished work at 6. But um, I was sleeping for most of it. Um, so yeah, still kind of still that my body's recovering kind of a way. Kristen says, I hope you make a full recovery and that it doesn't linger. Yeah, me too. I suppose time will tell, won't it? I've got the lovely Ange is here. Says, so good to see you, Chris. You scrumptious side of scalloped potatoes with extra cheese. Wow, thanks. That makes me actually feel a wee bit hungry despite having a reduced appetite right now. Um, Beth says, hi Chris and hi all in the chat. Hey Beth, it's lovely to see you. How you doing? Jonathan's here. Says, aloha friends. Oh, hey Jonathan, how are you? Cybri, how do you know about that? Because it's your email address. Cybri@me.com, no? I made that up. But yeah, we all know about it. Debbie says, Chris, I'm loving the Orion's Animal Tarot. Oh, that was actually one thing I was going to say. I was going to say, finally, I can confirm that. So the giveaway that I did for the Orion's Animal Tarot finally arrived with Debbie. And when I say finally arrived, I mean I finally posted it. I think it took me a week until a week after I did the draw and Debbie won. And then I think it took about 3 weeks, Debbie, 3 or 4 weeks to get to you. It did take a long time, but I'm glad it finally got there, and I'm glad you're enjoying it as well. That's brilliant. So yeah, that was some happy news. Let's see. I've got lots of hellos. Anne says, "Oh, that's great that you're enjoying the deck, Debbie. I'm so happy you won it." Simon says you lost a lot of weight. Oh, thanks. I've not been to Slimming World in several weeks. Neither have. Like I've not been the whole time I've been ill, so I've not actually weighed in a long time. So it'll be interesting um, to see how much I actually have lost. Um, who knows? Maybe I'll get a big whoosh, where I lose a lot of weight. I suppose that's one positive about being sick is I lose weight. Oh, yeah, you've got to look at the silver lining in these things, haven't you? Let's see. Are you on leave from work? Yeah. I mean, strictly speaking, well, yeah, my sick line is still active, but I mean, I don't work on a Friday. Um, so I mean, yeah, but I would be off now anyway. Um, I'm due back. Well, Monday's actually a bank holiday for us, so I'm due back on Tuesday. And I'm hoping that I will actually be back on Tuesday. Fingers crossed. I might still be a wee bit tired more now, but I should be able to sit at my desk and work. And be finally be a contributing member of society again. But my work have been absolutely fantastic, as they always are. Very supportive, very concerned. And yeah, there's been a lot of shit going on there. Not a lot of shit going on. That's not. I shouldn't have put it like that. But there's been a lot of stuff going on with work. Um, and yeah, everyone's just been really supportive. Let's see. Artists and oracles. Welcome. It's lovely to see you. I think I can almost see your wee face in the picture there. I don't think I've met you before, so it's nice to meet you. Welcome. Um, Simon says you all have my email address. Yeah, because you always give it out when you're talking about coming on to catching up with. You say, I'm not going to try and do your accent, but you always say, if anyone wants to come on to a catching up with, then please email me at cybri@me.com. So there you go, wee bit of promotion for you, Simon. If anyone wants to go and catching up with, then email Simon at cybereye@me.com, um, and have your moment in the spotlight, your 90 minutes of fame. Uh, I'm saying that Simon might be like, "Oh well, no more catching up with. I'm fed up with that. I'm done with that now." And I'm like, "Email them, guys. Send them emails." I don't think you are though, are you? There's been a couple on recently that I've really enjoyed. I laughed um, my behind off at Candy's interview particularly. I just think Candy's a really funny and genuine and lovely person. Um, and yeah, some of the things she says, I don't even think she's trying to be funny, but I just think she's really kind of a really enjoyable personality. Debbie says, yeah, it took about 3 weeks. Yeah, it's a shame it took that long. The post office said to me it should only take 1 week, but it'll probably take two. So there you go. It took three, but it got there in the end. Let's see. I'm on a walk, so the internet is rolling eyes. But yeah, Washington State, US. Right. Okay, I've got you. Do you know, I am my US geography isn't the best, and I was watching Jilly's channel. Jilly put up a new video the other day. That leads me on to another point that I've got written down actually, but I'll tell this first. So I was watching Jilly's new video that she uploaded, and she was talking about Bennett, her son, her youngest son, who now let me get the logistics right here. So Bennett was to go down to DC, got a new job, and he was to go down to Washington DC for training. And then he was moving to, was it Ohio? It was one of the four-letter states. I think it might have been Ohio to actually work there. But it turned out that I think he's still in DC. He's been kind of placed there rather than Ohio. So that was happy days for Jelly. But it was when she was talking about Washington DC. I was like, is DC is Washington? Is that not like further? Is that not over at the other side? But then and Jelly is in Philly. Jelly is in Philly. That was completely unintentional. I put it and I didn't know it. Um, Jelly's in believe the state of no Pennsylvania. It might not even be Philadelphia. Pennsylvania anyway. Mountains of Pennsylvania. So she's east. Um, but then I looked up and I realised Washington DC and the state of Washington, two totally different things in different places, and study a wee bit more, Chris. So yeah. Um, Shrek the Lover Man says, Chris, you handsome beast. Thank you very much. Very flattered. Um, let's see. Simon says, I keep forgetting Monday is a bank holiday, another long weekend. Yet, you know, I actually didn't really know because I've not been in work for so long. And the only reason I know bank holidays is because I've got this kind of a calendar that I keep a tally of my diaries on so I don't diary too many files onto 1 week. And that's where I've got my bank holidays marked. But if I've not been seeing that for like 2 weeks. So obviously I've not seen the bank holiday coming up. Uh, but Sandy said it was a bank holiday for him. Now his work follows slightly different bank holidays than mine. Sometimes he has bank holidays and I don't, and vice versa. So I wasn't sure, but I checked with my team, and it turns out it is. So it was and that was just today that I confirmed it. So yeah, that was a happy wee surprise for me as well. Joan Barrett says, "Hi Taro fam." Hi Joan, it's lovely to see you. How are you doing? Your profile picture is beautiful. Really nice. Simon says, "My memory's shocking, so is mine." Whereas yours is photographic. Man, that is. I'm only good at remembering certain things. There are some things that I can remember, but then there's some things I'm terrible for, as my husband will attest to. Whenever I tell him, people say I've got a good memory. Like I've got this weird thing where I can remember like file reference numbers. I'm a numbers guy, I guess, and I'm just good at remembering numbers. Um, so usually, if you tell me a file reference number, I'll be able to tell you if it's one of mine, and I might be able to kind of recall what file it is and some of the details. So people in my work tell me I've got a good memory, and people here tell me I've got a good memory because I can quite often recall details of readings that I've done. Um, so I might be able to say to Simon, "Oh yeah, the last time I read for you, we got these cards, didn't we?" Um, but when I tell Sandy, like, "Oh yeah, people say I've got a good memory," he's like, "No, no way, I don't believe it," because I'm always forgetting things. But uh, just using my channel account. Uh, oh, did you say? Oh, Donna T. Right. Yeah, okay. Well, hi Donna. It's lovely to see you. Yeah, Simon says love Candy. She's lovely, isn't she? Such a nice person. Yeah, that's right. And you had COVID, didn't you? So are you doing better? Here's me just talking about myself. Uh, but I hope that you're doing better as well, Ange. And thanks Donna for reminding me of that. Oh, yeah, I said I was going to talk about Jilly. The reason I was going to talk about Jilly is because I actually wanted to shout out her channel. I don't know if maybe one of the mods could pop a wee link to it in the comments for me. Jilly's current subscribers, when I checked before I went live, were at 950. So she's nearing that 1,000 subscriber mark, and I just wanted to support her and see if we could get her a wee bit closer to 1,000, because 1,000's a big milestone for us on YouTube, isn't it? So I like to kind of a clock when people are nearing 1,000 and just highlight them to people. So if you don't already follow Jilly, who is little Zen Crone on YouTube, then please go and check her out and consider subscribing to her because she is she's one of my favorite people. She's just one of my favorite people, full stop. We've become very close, and she's just such a kind of a safe space and um, a lovely, kind, real person. Um, and yeah, I can't speak highly enough of Jelly. So definitely go and subscribe if you aren't already. That is, of course. Um, Deanne says Candy is a purely magical person. And then, oh yeah, a couple of years saying Utah, right? Okay. Ohio, Utah. I knew it had four letters in it. I guess I just get mixed up between which one. Um, Donna says, "Our Candy, she is the bomb," and yes, funny. Yeah, she is really funny. Oh, so Utah is where you lived when you were in the US, Simon? I didn't know that. Um, that's pretty cool. Ange says, "Thank you, Donna. I'm on the mend, but the virus is a freaking roller coaster. Right when you think you're better, bang, you get hit again with another symptom." Right, okay, that's a shame. Um, I remember for me, I was just pretty much out of it for however many weeks it was. I think it was like just under 2 weeks, maybe. Maybe about 2 weeks. I was kind of just knocked for. Well, I wasn't doing too well, but got better. I don't know, like it maybe took me a while to find my feet again after that to kind of gather my energy back up, but I don't remember like kind of a new symptoms appearing. So I'm sorry to hear that. That's a shame. Um, it's hitting everyone differently, isn't it? Especially at the moment, I feel. I put my little princess down, so now I can type more whilst I eat this ice cream sundae. Oh, I'm jealous you've got an ice cream sundae. I kinda want an ice cream sundae. I probably wouldn't be able to eat it all, but I would eat a couple of spoonfuls. But yeah, ice cream sundae sounds good right now. Uh, she's on the east side of PA, which I take it is Pennsylvania. Um, Justin is Philly. Yeah, I knew Justin was Philly. We only had one last week. Had one what? We only had one last week. Was that catching up with? Did you? Did you not? Was it that week? That weekend there? Was it not just a normal? Hmm. Or are you talking about something completely different? Have I just missed the boat? Probably. That's probably about it. Donna says, good to hear you better. Hang in there. The body is amazingly resilient. To Ange. Danielle says, hey, great to see you again. It's lovely to see you too, Danielle. How are you? Beth says, I've not heard you so talkative before, Chris. You must have really missed the community and your friends. It's sweet. Yeah, definitely. I've kind of, I don't think I've been this kind of, not hyper, I'm not hyper, but just this energetic, in quite a while. I knew I would feel like this. I'd actually said in my Facebook post, you need to go easy on me if I'm a bit worn out, but I have a feeling that I'll feel quite energetic being back in front of the screen and stuff. Um, so yeah, but you know me, I'm always talkative. Um, if you knew me in real life, that wouldn't be true. Um, Thank you guys. Deanne and Ange have both posted links to Jilly's channel. So definitely give Jilly a wee subscribe. And let's get her closer to 1,000 followers, 1,000 subscribers. Joan asks, Deanne, did you enjoy the ice cream? I've been craving ice cream for like a week. I want a fancy sundae, but there isn't an ice cream shop near me. That's a shame. Uh, Both begin with a vowel, Utah and Ohio. Yeah, true. Ange says Jelly is such a kind, compassionate, and genuine soul lover. Yeah, I agree. Um, Deanne says, like, if you all have not seen Candy's video about her jewellery, you should start there. Just saying. There you go. There's a wee tip. That's actually not one I've seen. Um, I suppose because I'm not really a jewellery. I don't follow jewellery stuff. So maybe it's just not come onto my suggested videos or into my sphere. But there you go, folks. Check out Candy's video on jewellery. Simon says, I had COVID in January and still wake up with a niggling cough each morning. It's a bitch. It's a shame. Still, after, oh gosh, we're coming into May now, aren't we? So that's 3, 4 months now. Uh, yeah, that's a shame. Justin says, sorry I'm late, I'm making meatballs. That sounds lovely. Do you just use kind of a mince, like steak mince to make meatballs, Justin, or do you combine it with pork mince? Um, One of my favourite things is pork meatballs. Pork meatballs with this kind of a Swedish, it's kind of a like pork meatballs kind of a taste like IKEA meatballs, if anyone's ever had them. Uh, and there's this, it's a Slimming World recipe. I probably couldn't find it even if I tried now. Um, but yeah, I make it with a sauce. Not made it in a long time, but I used to make it with a sauce. It's beautiful. Um, but yeah, I'm just being nosy. Oh, whilst I remember as well, another thing that I wanted to talk about. So you remember that I had like maybe like a month where I was collecting for Ukraine. So I did a couple of lives where I was encouraging donations to my PayPal, and I also did a couple of private readings. had a few people contacted me for private readings that we did over Zoom. Uh, all of them were really enjoyable from both sides. I had a great time connecting with people, and people really seemed to kind of just enjoy their readings and stuff. Um, and they obviously donated as well. So I wanted to let you know that did that did happen. Those donations did go ahead and get made. So we made £500. It's 400 and something, but obviously I wanted to donate myself, so I made it up to 500. So £500, and if you remember, my work were doubling the amount that was donated. So that's £1,000 that we all contributed to help the people that in Ukraine that are suffering because of the war. So just a massive well done, pat in the back to all of you guys, because I think that's an amazing achievement. Um, £1,000 is a lot of money. When you think about who that can help, and the amount that can do, I think that's really something amazing. Um, and it's lovely for us to be able to kind of give back and actually help in some way. So thank you to all of you guys, because it was thanks to all of you that we were able to do that. So truly thank you. Um, Jonathan says it's the long COVID symptoms that I dread. My aunt still has vision issues from her bout with COVID. That's a shame for your aunt. Kristen says, Justin, you must have sensed your name. Hello. That's right, because we were talking about Justin being from Philadelphia. Simon says, no, wait, only at a bank holiday. Last week, right, I've got you. Bank holiday last week, right? Oh, gosh, I wouldn't even know. I was off unwell. I remember we had Friday and Monday of Easter. So that was actually, yes, that would have been last week for me. That would have been the week before Monday, and then the preceding Friday, I think, because I'm sure I was working on I can't even remember now, guys. Sorry. I think I worked on the Friday, and then no, maybe it was last week. Oh, never mind. It doesn't matter. Simon's probably right. Don't mind me. Um, I'm just getting good used. Yeah, I think it was. It was because that's right. Because I was signed off. I was in on the Tuesday morning after being off on the Monday for Easter. Then I was signed off for the rest of that week, and then this is the second week I've been signed off. So you're absolutely right. Ignore me, guys. I'm talking shite. Um, yeah, and says me too, Jonathan. I'm still taking almost no risks regarding COVID. Yeah, good on you. You've got wee ones to protect. What's everyone drinking, by the way? I've got a can of Iron Brew that I opened at dinner time and still not finished. I barely even started. Um, it's I don't mind it. Some usually I like my juice quite fizzy, but something about being unwell. Especially I'm on antibiotics, which kind of knock out all the bacteria in your system, particularly in your stomach. So when I'm on them, I like my juice to be kind of to have a lot of the fizz taken out of it. Not totally flat, but just a wee bit easier on your system. So it's perfect right now because it's been open for so long. Right, let me catch up with the comments. Kristen, I heard Justin and Philly as soon as I came in. There you go. Um, let's not tell him what else we were telling. Let's not tell him what else we were saying about him. Um, yeah, the long-term COVID symptoms are scary, says Ange. Tony's here. Hi, Tony. Says hi, Chris. Simon. Oh my God, what a deck. What deck was Simon talking about? Do, 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 do. I don't know. Um, Justin is saying hi and collective hi to everyone. Kristen, I know you've finished your deck because I've ordered it. It's currently, I believe, being made up by the factory, and then it'll be shipping its way to my grubby wee hands. So I know full well that you have completed your deck, and um, Kristen, if you can pop a wee link in the chat to where people can to your Make Playing Card store, so as that people can pop over and have a look. And do me a favour and also pop a link to your YouTube video walking through it if that's a thing. I can't remember if it was a public video, but if you're comfortable doing it and if it is public, pop a link to your YouTube video walking through the cards and also to your Make Playing Card store, so as the people can check it out and maybe buy it if they want to. But yeah, actually, I forgot to tell you that that is on its way to me already. So I know, I know it is exciting stuff, eh? Uh, Joan asks, "Who's trying to get to 1,000 subscribers?" So Jilly's. I mentioned Jilly's channel because she's at 950 subscribers. She's not. She has no idea that I've mentioned this. Um, she's not trying to get to 1,000. If I know Jelly, she probably doesn't give a monkeys whether she's at 1,000 or 100. Um, but she's such an amazing person. She has such amazing content. Um, that she deserves to get to 1,000,000 subscribers. Never mind 1,000. So, yeah, I'm encouraging people to pop over and have a wee look um and give her a wee subscribe. Candy's jewellery video is amazing. It ties into spiritual stuff. It's a VR to Kellyanne Maddox. Oh, very good. So anxious to hear your experience with it, Danielle. Oh, thank you very much, Ange. You're a wee star. Jonathan says, I'm going to have to wait a few before I get your deck, Kristen. Overspent and taking a break from any buying at the moment. Yeah, I'm not. Uh, I've not been taking a break from buying. I'm just going to be honest. Um, I say that like it's a bad thing. Um, I I make I make enough money and I'm still putting savings away and I've got money left over, so um, I spend it on things that make me happy. But yeah, I've bought a few. I've ordered the Triumph de la Luna illustrated pips. Simon, I watched your video the night before last, which I really enjoyed. I've ordered Kristen's deck, and I also ordered another deck from Make Playing Cards. It's not really one that's very well known about. Um, so yeah, I'm excited to get it. I don't quite remember the name of it, but looks really good, and I'll show it when I get it. Let's see. So recipe for meatballs: veal beef and pork mixed with breadcrumbs, cheese, garlic, parsley, and eggs. Sounds beautiful. Do you know what's really nice? You can buy, well, doesn't need to be, just mozzarella, chop it into wee cubes, and when you form the meatballs, um, you can kind of force it into the meatball and make the meatball surround the mozzarella, and you have like a mozzarella contained within a meatball with a mozzarella center. Absolutely beautiful. Highly recommend. Let's see. Thank you very much, Ange. Oh, people are saying hi to Sandra. Where is she? There she's there, the whispering whale. Hi, Sandra. Sandra just made 1,000 subscribers, so congratulations, Sandra. Um, well done to you. It's very much deserved. Um, let's see. I'll eventually get Kristen's deck too. So many amazing decks, so little cash, says Ange. Um, Honestly, it says veal, but it's probably just pork and beef. I love veal, but I try not to buy it. It's a horrible process. Longman Taro, Richie. Hi everyone. Can't tag you all, I'm afraid. Hey Richie, it's lovely to see you. How you doing? The last live that I was supposed to have, was supposed to be a round table reading with Richie, and I had to cancel because apparently whenever I schedule a live with Richie, I fall not well. The time before that, um, I ended up with COVID and I had to cancel on him. So we know what that means, Richie. You're a jinx, you little bitch. I'm joking. Um, but yeah, hopefully we'll be able to get that rescheduled at some point soon. Uh, Ange says, "There goes the memory again, Chris. Don't worry, you're in good company, as mine is far more garbage than yours, truly, medically," says Ange. Asking what people are drinking. So Joey's drinking a lime sip. Are you not feeling well, Joey? I'm sorry to hear that. I hope that it's nothing too bad. And I hope that you're enjoying your lime sip. The blackcurrant ones are my favourite. The lemon ones are a wee bit too tart for me. A wee bit too, but the blackcurrant ones are quite nice. Water, says Beth. Big yawn. Kristen's drinking iced tea. May have some wine. Oh, how exciting! I can't wait to be back in the swing of things and be able to have a glass of wine again, or maybe a bottle. Simon's got a black coffee. I take it that's decaf. You only drink decaf coffee, don't you, Simon? Um, Water for me, says Richie. It's my new tipple. Well, good for you. I've heard that like when you start drinking loads of water, like people notice like a big difference in their skin and loads of stuff. So yeah, I hope that you're enjoying all those lovely health benefits. Um, Drinking water here, says Ange, but just finished coffee. Joey says, never Justin, still forever and an enfant terrible. Does that mean, is that French? Is that a terrible child? Enfant terrible. Or am I just being daft and that's English and oh, who knows? Anyway, I think I know what you mean either way. Take care when you're out in the sun, Chris. Antibiotics can make your skin burn pretty fast. Oh, don't you worry. Don't worry about that. I am Scottish. I have lovely Scottish ginger skin that burns whether I'm on antibiotics or whatever. So I need to take care in the sun anyway. As you can see from my lovely peely wally, as we say in Scotland, complexion here. Um, so don't worry, I'll take care in the sun. That's just second nature to a Scottish person, I'm afraid. H2O is the only way to go, says Jonathan. Let's see. Triomphe de la Luna illustrated pips, says Antoinette. Have you recently bought it as well? I don't know what deck I was talking about. Yeah, me neither. I did say Simon. Although I have a feeling, based on the conversation that I've seen, it might have been actually meant to be aimed at Kristen. I'm not sure um, about her deck, but I'm not sure. I can't even remember who it was that said the comment now. Oh my God, you ordered it? Yeah, I did. I ordered it maybe a few days ago now. Um, So I'm excited to see it 'cause it looks really good. Yeah, my grubby wee hands. Can't wait to get my grubby wee hands on it. Um, and hopefully I'll be able to post a walkthrough of it once I've got it. Um, yeah, exciting. I haven't done a public walkthrough yet. I will do that as soon as I get the boxed version. Oh, good, exciting. Sorry if I missed anyone. I'm now preparing sausage. Oh, are you indeed? Um, and sauce. Preparing sausage and sauce. That's what the kids are calling it these days. Um, I've posted Kristen's link earlier, but here it is again for those that might have missed it. Thank you very much, Ange. This is my website for the deck. Uh, Again, thank you, Kristen. Amazing. Justin says, I visited Jilly's channel yesterday and I was surprised to see that she hasn't made a video in months. Hope she's okay. No, she did. She posted one. I think it was yesterday she posted one. She posted an update explaining why she's not been on in months. So check that out, Justin. I really enjoyed watching it. It was just a nice wee. It was like a sit down. It was like sitting down and having a wee cuppa and a chat with her. So yeah, definitely check that out. At Justin, well, I hope that you're making enough for everyone now because you've got us all drilling. Yeah. Me, I'm taking a break. Also, me buys 3 RWS clones in a, in a week. Yep. Same. Um, I want, I want the illustrated pips, says Debbie. What time are we on? 42. We're fine. We're fine for time. Uh, Jonathan says, I have to. I've had 4 weeks no work because of the chainsaw outside my house. And the fourth, for a mental health break after the chainsaw PSPT. I'm sorry to hear that, Jonathan. That's seriously shit. I hope the chainsaws are fucked off now. Um, Chris, what is tax and postage like from NPC? Um, Tax, I'm not so sure. You pay for like the deck and then you pay for postage, but I'd imagine tax is factored in somewhere. So I think, and don't quote me on this, maybe it depends on the deck, but I think when you buy one postage to the UK is about £13 something, and when you buy two, I'm sure it's like £18 something, and I'm not sure how it goes up when you buy three and four and more. So yeah, I'm not sure. I would just you can check it out though. You can kind of like play about with it. You know, add things to your basket and then start putting in details, and you can see how much postage is going to be before you press buy now or before you press buy. So that's probably the best bet, Tony. Simon, I've got 3 decks coming, and I'm so excited about them. No guilt. Nice. Are you sharing which ones, or are you keeping it a surprise for us? Um, Yeah, Sandra did it. Congratulations on getting to 1K. So deserved. So deserved. So it is. Um, and actually, I usually make 2 times as much food when I make meatballs, but we cut back hard economics and all that. Jonathan says I have a bunch of Kickstarter decks that I'm waiting on, so I'm not getting nothing. Um, Actually, I've not got any Kickstarters just now. I've got a couple that I'm watching out for, that I'm keeping my eye on. That I will be backing when they happen. So Ross Salerno's new voice tarot, which is a kind of a Rider Waite Smith clone, not clone, inspired deck. I think I'll be backing that. when that comes about. You remember I backed the Orphic Tarot on Kickstarter by AKA Skyweb. And AKA Skyweb has created a Marseille style deck. The Personal Path Tarot, I think it might be called, but don't quote me on that. I'd need to check that. But if you check her out on Instagram, and saying that her Instagram has recently been hacked and she's had to start again. She's going through a horrible time of it actually. It's a wee shame. Um, but she has started a new one, but the deck looks really amazing, so it does. So definitely check it out. Let's see, just Chris, have you considered passing on the Gitia deck? The Lesser Key of Solomon is well known to cause symptoms. Gitia, Gotia. I don't know what that deck is, Joey. I don't actually think I've got it. Unless it's like a deck that's got another name and I just don't know it. But I don't think I've got that. With two teenage boys in the house, I completely relate to and understand that, Justin. The food prices are ridiculous. I didn't realise your boys were teenagers, Ange. I thought that you had a young. I thought you just had a wee tot. Although I'm sure they'll always just be your wee boys. That's what my dad says still, even though I'm 33. You'll always be my wee boy. I'm free in about 2.5 years, Chris. Put it in your diary and dose yourself up a week before just in case. I will do. We've got Backyard Naturalist Tarot. Says howdy folks. Hey, Backyard Naturalist Tarot. Laura. I met you the other day in someone else's chat. I knew I had picked up on your name in that chat, but I'm still getting used to what it is. So apologies, but it's lovely to see you. And I'm not sure if this is the first time you've been here. If it is, then welcome. Yeah, Simon's drinking decaf. But back to that 2 times the food. I'm heading over now. Justin says the last time I ate meatballs, I got food poisoning. I always eat raw meat while making them. I got violently ill, so you might want to stay away. Just don't eat raw meat. Ew. I know that it's a thing and some people do it, but ew, David. First of all, ew. Second of all, ew. Nah, to each his own. Do what you want. But no, I used to take my steak, kind of a medium rare maybe, but I had to stop that and start taking it like medium well done because it was giving me the dodgiest stomach. Um, so I can't even take like as much as I like it. I can't even take it when it's got that pink in the inside. Um, Les Enfants Terribles is a novel by Jean Cocteau. Yes, I have cheap Scottish skin. My ancestors were in the fog for a reason. Scotland and Wales. Oh gosh, am I that behind in the chat? I was so nervous about eating them, but Stephen wants them. Oh, that's nice. How sweet is that? Tony says pure filth. I can't remember what was pure filth. Ange says, Justin, I shall pass. Can't afford to become ill with another issue. Ange doesn't want to have the shits. Thank you for posting that website for your deck, Kristen, says Beth. Kristen says, you're welcome. I have nothing under the creator tab, nothing I could say about myself. I'm the same. I struggle to talk about myself as well. I can totally relate to that. And I always cook the balls halfway, then finish the sauce. Wait, was that back when I made a joke about sausage and sauce? How far behind am I? Gads. I've been eating partially cooked meatballs for 40 years. That was the first time I ever got sick. Simon says, I just ordered from MPC. It's £46, but I pay for Express as the standard takes about 4 to 5 weeks. Actually, Simon, it doesn't always. It says it gives you that as a ballpark, but I've noticed that usually a couple of weeks, few weeks, it's normally here. So I think that's maybe like a worst case scenario, but then I don't always say that, and then you think, oh, I'll go for the cheaper option, and then it takes like 6 weeks or something. And I know you've had poor experiences with MPC in the past, so um, yeah, don't let me sway you, but yeah, for me that's not been my experience. All maybe not all the time. So the website is awesome. I just saw the cards. You must be so over the moon. Really, really like it. Um, Tony says, thanks, Simon. I did a side by side of, oh yeah, Triumph de la Luna and Deviant Moon and illustrated Triumph de la Luna in both colours. It was very interesting. Yeah, I saw that. I did actually see that appear, Tony. Um, his new voice nearly ready. I nearly put you in timeout there by accident, Simon. Sorry. Um, his new voice nearly. No, no, I'm not saying it's nearly ready. I'm just saying it's something that's upcoming that I've got my eye on. As far as I don't know anything about how soon it will be ready. Um, Although I think he's made quite a few of the cards, hasn't he? So who knows? NPC charges me so much in shipping, it's not worth one deck when the shipping is double the deck. Yeah, fair enough. I am now into backing graphic novels on Kickstarter. Nice. Oh, that was another thing I wanted to talk about. Not graphic novels, but has anyone seen Heartstopper? It was actually Justin that first put me onto it. Heartstopper, it just came out last week on Netflix in the UK. Last week, maybe even this week, I can't remember. But Heartstopper on Netflix is absolutely amazing. 100% on Rotten Tomatoes, which is very rare. Definitely check it out if you haven't seen it. Um, I've been watching kind of I've watched the whole thing. I watched it in a couple of days, but I've also been watching like interviews with the actors and stuff that are in it. Really down to earth, sweet people. Um, and it's just such an amazing show. It's like a queer love story, and it, it it really focuses on kind of the positive side of things. Um, and obviously, and the actors say this as well. They were on this morning with Holly and Phil this morning, and they said just this. Like, obviously, it's important, to have all of the stories that tell about all of the shit that LGBTQ plus people have had to go through. Um, but that's not the only, that's not the only side of it, and it's nice to actually see just a really positive, uplifting um, story, um, and it's just really heartwarming. So yeah, anyone that's not watched it, I would definitely encourage you to check it out. And it's one of those ones that grabs you right away. You don't need to give it like 5 episodes in it. I think there is only like 7 or 8 episodes, but you don't need to give it several episodes before you get into it. It's one of those ones, you know, right away. Um, you'll start enjoying it. So definitely check it out. Sandra's waiting on 3 Kickstarters, so not backing anything at the moment. Jonathan's got Ariadne's Thread Tarot, which was AKA Skyweb's first deck. I don't have that. I wasn't even cognizant of that at the time of it. It was only when she started making Orphic that I realised Ariana's thread was a thing. Um, so yeah, I've missed out on that, but that's okay because it's quite similar to Orphic, and Orphic is based in Greek mythology, and I mean you all know how much I love Greek mythology. You only need to kind of have a quick nosy at the books behind me on these shelves to see several books on Greek mythology. You know, you've got like not very good at this. So you've got your Stephen Fry mythos, heroes in Troy. You've got that mythology book. That's ancient Egyptian mythology, which is different. Um, Maybe others as well. I'm not sure, but yeah, love it. Justin has to get that Orphic. I am really intrigued about that deck that you posted about, Justin, the one that was based on the kind of the pottery. So yeah, get a walk through that filmed, man, because we all want to see it. It looks fantastic. Um, Joey says, I thought you did a walkthrough of the Orphic. I did. Pretty sure I did. Yeah, yeah, definitely did. So that'll be somewhere on my channel if you check it out. Oh, of the Getia. No, no, not of Getia. I don't even know if I'm saying that right. It's funny. I actually store the Getia deck with a Benedictine medal on it. Ange has two boys, 14 and almost 16, hence my grey hair starting. Oh, um, oh, that's really lovely. Um, I'm sure you've got your hands full having two boys around about that age, but give it a few years and then, you know, they'll be your knights in shining armor. They'll be your protectors for life, I'm sure. Justin, your comment earlier about taking a break and then buying 3 Smithwaite clones. That's me buying all up second-hand decks from Facebook groups. Have you got anything cool recently, Deanne, on Facebook groups? Chris's face about raw meat. Oh gosh, I'm so far behind. Um, Jonathan, NPC charged you more for shipping. I thought US shipping wasn't that bad. Would a mule help? It's probably because Jonathan's in Hawaii. I know that's still part of the US, but it's like closer to over there than it is over here, isn't it? Um, or maybe it's not. I don't know. Geography. Um, I used to eat steak tartare too, Kristen. Yum. I don't eat beef anymore. I think if I did, I would have a huge stomachache. Tony says, "How far back in the chat are you? This is at 2150 hours. 2150. It's 2158 right now, so I'm like 8 minutes behind, nearly 10 minutes behind. Maybe I'll need to start doing a wee express skim through the comments. I think they hate me. That's NPC. Mine's always taking an age. I never pay for Express on NPC or Amazon. I find it comes at the same time frame, but I respect that it all depends on each person's location on the map, says Ange. Um, See, when you pay for Prime over here, you just get it usually next day or same day. And it's free delivery. Um, yeah, Cosmo Maui. Loved Heartstopper, says Simon. So cute. Yeah, it was, wasn't it? I assumed that was okay. What I'll actually do, because I'm realising we're 1 minute to 1 minute to 10 o'clock, so I'll put the banner on for readings. Anyone that wants a wee tarot reading, I've not even got a deck actually. Don't even know what deck I'm going to use. How unprepared. I don't want to use one that's going to tax me too much. But at the same time, do you know what we'll use? We'll use, this was one that I've gotten since I've not been well. We'll use Visconti Sforza. Visconti Sforza? Yeah, I said that right. Visconti Sforza. It's massive, but um, it's among the first tarot decks ever created that we know about. So let's see. We're reading blue capitals or tag me. Let's pop that there. Yeah, so pop your questions in the chat, people. Justin says, watched Heartstopper. The young rugby boy looks like a young Chris. Yeah, you said that to me. I don't see it, but I'll take it as a compliment because he's a handsome boy. The cute animated hearts that appear around their heads. Yeah, yeah, that's a nod. So it comes from a graphic novel, doesn't it? And that's, as I believe it, a nod to the graphic novels. I'd love a Corto Maltese tarot. It would make me really happy, says Joey. NPC ships from China. Yeah, I know. Also love Victor. Yeah, I got you onto that, Justin. Yeah, love Victor's good as well. Season 3 is coming out soon. Although it's not coming on to Disney Plus until like, is it May or June or something? Which is a shame, but yeah, I'm excited to see it. And that's another one that see, these shows, they don't shy away from like the issues that, LGBTQ plus people have got to go through. Um, so you still see, like in Heartstopper, you still see aspects of bullying, and in Love Victor, you still see kind of the struggles that Victor goes through, kind of coming out to his family, and his family being quite devout religious people, and um it's based on their beliefs, and you really see like, the journey that his family go through as well. Coming to it's it's really beautiful. I'm thinking of his mum. For those of you that have seen it, his mum in season 2, um, her journey and the place that she gets to. Um, oh, it's just really heartwarming, and I'm not good at all this soppy stuff, but it's nice. And I'm yapping again. Y'all think I could squeeze in the first episode by the time he's here in the chat? Right, all right. Let me getting slagged off there, Laura. I'll remember that, Jürgen. I'll remember that, and I'll get you back when you're least expecting it with my scathing remarks. No, I'm joking. I generally don't have any scathing remarks. It takes me about until half an hour after somebody says something to I think, oh, that would have been a good response. I'm one of those ones. Um, Angie's got to run. Robin's here. Hey Chris, sorry I'm late. Are you feeling better? I was saying at the start, Robin, I'm getting better. I'm getting there. Still recovering, but I'm doing much better now. Thank you. Is there anything that I wanted to? No, I've covered all of my wee points I've got written down here. I've covered everything. Oh, Lightseers. We'll see how we get on with this. If this reads okay for us, then we'll maybe stick with it for a bit. If not, then I will switch to the Lightseers, Beth. I think I can't keep putting off my Costco trip. I must say adieu. Enjoy your Costco trip. Chris, is that a Recaro style car seat that you have there? Car seat? Car seat? I don't have a car seat. Do you mean the seat that I'm sitting on? It's just a computer chair. A nice comfy red one that I found, probably on Amazon or something. Don't know who makes it. I believe they're close to the original size. Yeah, these are massive, by the way. Like, humongous. Next to a one of these fellas. What they called again? Centennial. US Game Standard. Um, huge. Huge. Um, yeah, she did get me into it. Love Victor is great with that. And it's done well. Yeah, it is. We all know that he wants to, to use lightsayers. I do try not to use the same decks. One of the things I like to do on my channel is to show different decks being used in readings. Um, so that's why I try and change it up and use a different deck. Now, when I do now, sometimes I'll pop up live and I'll do just 3 readings where I'm like basically trying to bring in the masses and just have reading after reading. Then I'll use like the light seers. I'll use something that you know that I know at the back of my hand because I know I'm going to be doing reading after reading after reading that can get quite intense. So I need something that's going to speak to me quite easily and loudly and freely for that. But when I'm doing these readings in the lives, I try and use something different each time. So that's why I'm using, in this case, Visconti Sforza, because it's not really something you see people reading with very often. So yeah, uh, the one that you're sat on, it looks like an old sport car seat. No, it's just a computer chair. I know what you mean actually. I'm starting to get a sore head right there, just on this side of my temple. How weird is that? Hubby is taking me out to dinner, folks. It was a pleasure to see you. Oh, enjoy your dinner, Daniel. I know you're probably about 10 minutes gone by now, but enjoy. Have a lovely dinner. Robin says, hi to Kristen. I waded through every page on NPC this morning, but didn't see your deck there yet. There's links further up, Robin. I'd imagine somebody's probably posted another link by now. But if not, if one of the mods could post another link to Kristen's NPC store, it is definitely there because I've ordered it, Robin. You might be too young to remember Rick Rose in the MK3XR3i. Oh, I'm just not a car person. Um, like honestly, I've got like my friend Robbie who sometimes pops in and chats in the chat. Robbie's a car person. Robbie loves these cars. Um, and he would probably know exactly what you're talking about, and he'd probably scorn me for not knowing. But yeah, I've no idea. I don't think I'm too young. I think I'm just too oblivious. Um, light seers, we can't avoid it, says Joey. Great, Chris. Now that you've converted me to light seers, you've abandoned me on it. I've not abandoned anything. I'm just not. I'm just not. Well, like I explained, I'm just not using it every time. Thank you very much. Just been brought a cup of tea. Loving that you're using the Visconti. I've not got any questions yet though, so if anyone's got a question for me, then pop it in the chat and we'll start reading. I'll make my face smaller. Oh, here's the thing, I'm going to have to move that out of the way. It's not very clear, is it? Or is it? And maybe I'm needing to, actually, let's do this again. And let me give the camera a wipe. See if that makes any difference. It's not too bad. Don't mind me, I'm just messing about with things. In fact, speaking of messing about with things, I will change the zoom ever so slightly so that you can kind of actually see the cards when I lay them out because they're massive. So the way I've been shuffling this is actually like this. I've been kind of well, that was a complete fail, but try again. Yeah, I'm just trying to do it like that. Or if you get them with our top to tail, you can do that and then let them kind of fall in together like that. To even get a wee one of these in. So yeah, it's an awkward one to shuffle. That's one of the only downsides to it. Oh, there we go. There's a wee question for us. What should I do about my insane rent increase? Oh dear. What should Justin do about his rent increase? Oh, okay, let's have a look, Justin. Got the Empress. The Eight of Cups. And the Nine of Wands. So what can we say about this? So first of all, our Empress in the Visconti Sforza, and if we check it out in in a lot of decks, but in like TDM decks and stuff, she's quite a powerful figure. She's a female ruler. She's a strong individual and not necessarily just a symbol of like creation and fertility and nurturing and all that kind of stuff. She's actually like a badass, and you really kind of see that in this Empress here. Stand your ground. Perhaps approach your landlord and have a reasoned conversation about it. Um, you know, I'm not saying be overly emotional about it. We've got the Empress and we've got Cups here. So there does have to be a certain amount of emotion brought into it. I think what that means is there needs to be a certain emotional maturity and savvy about it. You have to appeal to their emotional side. Have a conversation about it. Um, make it clear how you feel about it. Make it clear that the position that you're being put in, um, and you know, make it clear what you're what you're going to have to do if they can't at least negotiate with you on it. The Eight of Cups can be a card of walking away from something. All right, you get yourself to a place where you've made your mind up. You know, you're or made your heart up, I suppose, if since it's cups. But you're settled on how you feel about something. You're strong about how you feel about it. You stand your ground and you say, no, actually, um, and it takes a lot because it's coming from a place of emotional stability. I know you've been there for a long time, and I know what that place means to you. But you need to be prepared to say, well, you know, if this is the situation, if it's the situation that it's not going to work, if the rent remains what it is, then you have to have that conversation and say, look, you know, I, I love staying here. I've made a lot of memories there, but if you're not going to kind of a come and go with me a bit on this, if there's not going to be any kind of a compromise, then I'm going to have to find someone else to stay. Um, it's as simple as that. And you see the shield with the Empress and this kind of a barrier that exists. Um, you see that. So notice how it's not the Nine of Cups where the card's taken up by the cups. It's the Eight where there's a bit of almost a bit of leeway, a bit of space, and it's that emotional appeal that I think is the key to to, to, to grabbing onto that space. Um, within the outcome card is the Nine of Wands, though, which is interesting because we again get this really strong feel of this barrier, but we see the ninth wand kind of a coming at that barrier, you know. So it's maybe not the case that there's going to be a big. Maybe they're not going to be able to say to you, "Oh, well, we'll just put it back to what it was, happy days." But there might be some sort of compromise to be had, you know. There is some method of tackling the barrier that you know you might be able to take advantage of. Um, remember, nine is completion as well. Nine's a completion number, so it could just be saying that maybe it is time um, to at least look at your options because a new chapter could be exciting. But yeah, that's what I would say about that reading and what I would see in those cards, Justin. So I hope that that's helpful for you. And the best of luck with it. Deanne says, Kristen, I just went searching. Uh, damn playing cards. Can you not find it? I think there's a link to it up above. Oh yeah, Kristen's got it here. Did see quite a few rune-oriented decks on there. Do 2 by 2, take one from the bottom, one from the top, and stack them. As in when I'm reading cards. That's not how I read cards, Joey. I like to pull from the top, or sometimes I'll fan them out and pick 3 at random, or I'll pick however many it is at random. But I don't, I don't tend to go for when I'm doing readings like this. I don't tend to go for bottom cards and stuff. I find reading like this more. It's more for me. Rune decks becoming popular. I think if I had waited longer, my deck would have felt redundant. I think your deck will always have been a smash hit, Kristen. I think that it's still different. I've got a rune deck. In fact, it was your very kind self that sent it to me. but I'm still excited for yours because it's still different. It's still very different from what I've got and from a lot of the rune decks that I've seen. So I still think that you've created a good one there. And I will sure as hell be your cheerleader all the way. This is reminding me of our old TDM study group. I miss the old TDM stuff. Justin had people. He held a TDM study group recently, didn't he? But I think that was the day. That was the day that I ended up in hospital. That was last Thursday, so I couldn't make it. I couldn't have made it even if I was feeling up to it when I was in the house. I was kind of waiting to see how I felt, but yeah, unfortunately, I was in hospital being poked and prodded and having blood taken from both arms, and swabs shoved down my throat and up my nose, and yeah. Anyway, yeah. Woe is me, oh woe, oh woe. Get over yourself, Chris. Better drink this tea before it starts going cold. Oh, lovely. I always take my tea sweet when I'm not well. Because tea, when I start feeling not well, tea is the first way that I notice it because it starts tasting really funny. And usually, if I can, if I've got honey, I'll take it with honey because honey's I'm quite, I wouldn't say I'm prone to throat infections or tonsillitis or anything, but I've had it a few times, and honey's a natural antiseptic. So a wee bit of honey in your tea is quite good for you, I think. Um, but yeah, we don't have honey at the moment, so it's just sugar that I've got in it. But still, I enjoy sweet tea when I'm not well. Kristen, they do seem to be all the rage now. I think of all the tarot decks in the world, yours is very cool. I see you're happy there, contentment, you have options, choices, defend your position. Make a case for why they should lower the rent, the work you put into the place, the things that you fix on your own. I actually understand the rent increase, but it's an insane amount. That's a shame. Need to buy a house. Thanks, Justin. I always appreciate your feedback. Finally, reading Marseille wise, I see be practical. It's an ending of a passionate cycle. With that 10 of Wands, make peace with leaving the 8 of Cups. I think it's the 9 of Wands, but I always think if you see different cards, you see them for a reason. So, Robin was just saying about the 7 of Cups. Quite often, that to me is part of the reading. There's a reason that you see it as that. I mean, if it happens to me, that if I realise, oh shit, that's the 8 of Cups, then I'll bring that into it. But I don't think I think never disregard what you see, because quite often it's for a reason. Beth's got to run. See you later, Beth. Thank you very much for popping in. It was lovely to see you. We're meeting sporadically with the TDM group on Thursdays or Sundays. You're welcome to come. No, oh, you were talking about shuffling bigger decks. Oh, sorry, Joey. Thank you. The bigger cards I shuffle like that. We take 2 at a time from the bottom and the top and stack to shuffle. Right. I think I understand you a wee bit better now. You were talking about shuffling. Sorry. Just me and Sorsha. We had a lot of fun. Probably do it again next week. Oh, speaking of devil, Sorsha, just found you and stumbled in. Hello, Chris. Glad to see you're on the mend. Gosh, you're croaky. Yeah, I know. Don't worry though. I'm hanging in there just now. This is a day of summoning people by name. Pretty synchronistic considering we were talking about our Gita. I came in just as they mentioned my name to Sorsha. Still don't know if I'm saying that word right. Has anyone else got any questions for the cards? Anything at all that I can read for? If not, that's okay. But if so, pop them in the chat, either capital letters or tag me and put it in normal letters. I think capital letters don't always work. Sometimes YouTube deletes them. Um, Sorry, my jaw just clicked there. Lovely for you guys to hear, I'm sure. Questions, anyone? I've not read cards for people in so long, I've missed it. So I might just hang about a wee bit longer and see if anyone else has got a question. If not, it's fine. I know there's a lot of channels that do questions now, so I think people sometimes, I'm the same, some people sometimes just get all questioned out, don't they? But I'll still always do it because it's my passion. It's one of the things that I absolutely love about having a channel is being able to come on and read for people whenever. Thanks, Justin. I really appreciate that. That's really sweet of you. It's ours, Goetia. Goetia. Ah, okay. Goetia. Gosh, I had it right. I had it really wrong then, didn't I? I was saying Gita. Gitia. Goetia. Feeling a bit silly now. Have you got a double jointed jaw, Chris? Can you click it? I can. Sorry, not tarot relevant. That's okay. This isn't. You don't. Doesn't need to be about tarot to chat on here. I can click my jaw. I don't know if I would say it's double jointed. Maybe it is. I don't know. I've never heard of that before. But yeah, I can click it, but it's sore and it's annoying. So it is. Um, like, did you hear that? Yeah. Robin says, I'm excited for two new decks on their way. The Illustrated Triumphe and the International Icon. I won the bid on eBay. Nice, Robin. That's really good. Oh, that reminds me, I've got another deck that's on the way from Etsy, actually. Um, it's called Les Dinosaures de Marseille Tarot. The Dinosaur Marseille Tarot. It's actually, I think it identifies as I think that's the right expression to use, is it? But it calls itself a Minchiati. I don't know if it strictly is. Although my understanding is that the Minchiati means extra cards or many cards or something like that. Like it just means it's just a word that means like the extra cards that it has or something. Kind of a like you know, the words in music, you know, the Italian words in music. Oh no, I need to think any. Like staccato is that really how do you describe staccato? I know how to play it. It's like when you short and quick rather than kind of a drawn out notes. Anyway, like it's just describing a thing. I don't know if it's really a fixed style, like what the cards have to be, what the extra cards have to be. Once again, I digress. But anyway, yeah, I'm excited to get it because it looks really good. Sandy loves dinosaurs, so he was like, "Oh yeah, you should get that." It was a gift that appeared in my shower one day while I was in a class with Mary Greer on magic. I have no idea where it came from on the medal. And there's many things in that that need to be unpacked. So you had a gift that appeared. Oh, right, okay. So it appeared in your shower. You weren't in the shower. I was like, were you in the shower during a Mary Greer class? I hope that you had the camera turned off. But that's not what you mean. The gift appeared in your shower whilst you were otherwise engaged in the Mary Greer class. I've got you. Um, click it. Can you unhinge it like a snake? Snakes don't actually unhinge their jaws. That's like a misconception. Snake jaws have. Oh, that didn't go well. Snake jaws have got. So if you imagine it, and it's actually three different sections, but I'm going to try. I'm going to kind of try and simplify it. So imagine the top mandible, and then there's like two bottom ones. And these here and here, the bottom ones are joined to the top by a ligament that's really stretchy. And same here. So the two kind of a bottom ones join here by a ligament that's really stretchy. So the snake jaw doesn't unhinge, it just stretches because of these, I think it's ligaments, tendons or ligaments. And either way, it's the kind of a elastic type tissue that enable it to stretch out and obviously engulf the prey item. So strictly speaking, their jaws don't unhinge. And no, I can't unhinge it anyway. um, Question mark has been chaos. New computer system. How can I navigate all the frustrations? Let's have a wee look for you. This work has been chaos. There's been new computer systems. How can I navigate all the chaos? By the way, Debbie, I saw on Facebook, I think I saw anyway, that you finally had your meeting with your uh, is it your son's other half's folks? It was, wasn't it? It was your son's partner's folks. It looked as though it went really well. I hope that it did. But everyone looked really happy, and you've got a good-looking family. But let's have a nosy at your work situation because that sounds a bit shit. So, new computer system causing chaos. How can we navigate all the frustrations? Let's see. Okay, I've got the Ace of Swords. We're talking about a new system coming in. I suppose that makes sense. You know, that's a situation card. What's the advice, though? Right, the Seven of Coins, and then we finish off with the Eight. First of all, what I would say is, you know, if you look at the progression of the cards, it's actually quite a nice wee progression we've got there. We're going from the 7 to the 8. So we've got that kind of a natural progression. Things are going in the right way, so don't worry yourself too much. The frustrations that you're going through right now are just teething problems, I would say. See the Seven of Coins. It was actually Mandy that said this to me, and I think it was Kelly at Truth and Story, Kelly Fitzgerald, that she heard it from, and maybe in a class. In the Marseille, we have something similar, but the two are at the top, and this one single one is kind of here. So we have 2, 1, 2, 2. Either way, we've got this one coin that's different, that's getting in the way, that's changing things up, and you can choose to see that as an obstacle. You know, if you think of we've got Flora in this card, you know, with the painting, so you see the Flora coming up, and it could very well get stopped by this coin. You know, it's stopping the natural path, the path that it's going through so far, but you can choose to see it as an obstacle. And that's maybe a bit of a mindset thing where you need to kind of get yourself over that. That coin, in actual fact, can be a powerful ally Once the flora realizes and grows around it, it can use it as a like a second base almost, as a place to push off from and actually reach new heights. And we see that in the outcome card in the 8 of coins, you know, and 8 is all about reaching new and unprecedented, unexpected heights from a balanced and strong, stable base system to begin with. You know, it's like the kickboard in a swimming race. It's that strong base that gives rise to more momentum than you would have had otherwise. And it's that the seventh coin here is the key, and it's all about how you see it. You either see it as an obstacle or you can see it as an opportunity. And the journey of the seven of coins is all about um, learning to see that as an opportunity, and it's looking at it and saying, right, how can we use this to bounce off from? I think, and to be honest, if I was in your situation, Debbie, I know I would be the exact same. I would be saying the exact same thing because when I encounter new change, I'm initially quite, I would say I'm quite resistant to it initially. It takes me a while to come round to something, but once I come round to it, and you know, once I get used to it, and I do get used to it, and you will as well. Um, the new systems, I think that there'll be a real positive influence on the business and on the work that you're doing. But it's just getting over that hurdle. So it is. Yeah, I think that's really positive. Um, and I don't think you've got anything to worry about. I think it's just this initial kind of that Ace of Swords moment where it's new and you're having to kind of adopt a different approach to things and learn new stuff when, I mean, I don't know how long you've been doing your job, Debbie, but you're probably in a position where you're like, I've been doing it this long. I don't want to have to learn new ways constantly, every couple of years there's something new that comes in and changes everything when it was fine to begin with. But I think that this particular change is there's a real opportunity there. So I hope that this gives you a wee bit of hope, if nothing else. Um, and Eight of Coins, it's the work card, it's the successful work card, it's the mastery card. So you're absolutely fine. You're right where you need to be, and you're going to master it, and you're going to be amazing because it's you. Um, so yeah, good luck. I hope that we get ourselves from 7 to 8. I hope we kind of I hope this kind of an obstacle becomes an opportunity sooner rather than later for you. Mankiati means bullshit, actually. Does it indeed? From the ancient Latin min, meaning bull, and chiate, meaning shit. Um, uh, Staccato. Yeah, like staccato is like short, quick notes rather than kind of a drawn out long notes. Um, it's hard to demonstrate what I mean without going over onto the piano, and I wouldn't be able to take you with me, so it'd be pointless. Robin, yes, maybe not as much as a snake, but I'm vegan. Not good enough for all pumpkin. Oh, sorry about the misconception about snake jaws. Can anyone else click their jaw? I apologise. I don't expect an apology from anyone for that. It's quite a common misconception. I think it's more just an inaccuracy rather than a misconception. But yeah, it's just because I've got snakes and because there's some things that I know. Um, I just Yeah, it's just something that I always like to clarify whenever I hear it. Um, like we won't start talking about other misconceptions about snakes because some of them are pretty not nice. But yeah, there's a lot of misconceptions about snakes, but I love them, and I'll come up with any opportunity to talk about snakes. I mixed up the story, Chris. That was a Norse rune. I found during the class. I found the metal after. Ah, okay, sorry, Justin. That was just probably just me not reading all the comments like coherently and me getting mixed up rather than anything that you've done. I've been thinking about runes for a while. Are they fun to do? Um, I don't have much experience with them, Saoirse. I do have a rune deck, and I've got another one on the way. Our lovely Kristens. But it's not something that I've got vast amounts of experience doing, so I'm probably not the best person to ask. But I know that Jilly uses runes. I know that Jonathan, I'm sure, uses witch runes, if not normal runes as well. Um, Kristen, obviously, Kristen created the rune deck, so she'll use them. But I know that Kristen's husband, Ray, uses runes. Um, so yeah, there's definitely people around that use them. No, we haven't met yet. That was a wedding that we were at. Ah, I see. Sorry. Right, okay. Um, I keep going on about it, don't I? That's like the second or third time that I've brought it up. Um, I'm just excited. Apparently, I'm excited for you to meet them, Debbie. Um, you can let me know how it goes. In many parts of Italy, they changed the name of Minchiati to Germany or Germany, Germany, because Minchiati means bullshit. Does it really? Oh, I thought you were joking. I thought you were just. I thought you were meaning like, it doesn't mean shit. Like I thought that was kind of what you were getting at. Joey, love this deck so much. Yeah, it's nice, isn't it? It's really pretty. I love that Minchiati means bullshit. 7 becomes 8, isn't that good? Indeed. Attack and cut through the frustration by communicating, from which learning will come, but you need to keep working at it. We're just all doing different, giving different interpretations. Um, in southern Italy, it's close to the word minchia, which means dick. If someone says testa de minchia, it means dickhead. Thank you, just need patience. Testa sounds more testes. I think testa means head. Testa will be head, Sorsha. Because you have la tête is the head in French. Ace of Swords for me is a big tap in the back for me with this question. It's a big yes. Sorsha notice progression on numbers and material wisdom. To each his own, my friend. Solomon is said to have conjured demons to build his temple. The deck is not meant to be demonic from a Christian perspective. It's a different view entirely. Kristen's back, or we were just talking about you. No, actually, I was talking about your husband. I hope Ray doesn't mind. Speaking of snake misconceptions, I wonder where that image of the Ouroboros comes from. Can't imagine a snake ever trying to swallow its own tail. I think it's rare, Robin, but it's not completely unheard of. It has happened. So you do get snakes that are snake eaters, usually if it's got king in the name. King cobra, for example, or Californian king snake. Even milk snakes are a form of king snake. Their natural diet is other snakes. So there's most snakes you can't cohab. You can't keep them in the same vivarium together. But particularly king snakes, you cannot. They'll eat each other. They'll consume each other. I've actually seen a video on Facebook where so there's a lot of king snakes where if you're handling them, because obviously your hands will smell like snake because you're handling a snake, the snake will smell snake off your hands and get confused and start trying to eat you. Usually harmless. Harmless if if it's like a Californian king or Mexican black king snake or a milk snake. You know, obviously if it's like a venomous like king cobra, then you're in big trubs. But you know what I mean. So yeah, you've got to watch that. And then in a video that I was watching, the snake actually latched onto itself. Uh, like just briefly, it stopped. I think when it realised it was munching itself. But um, I remember the guy that was filming was like, "Oh my god, it's eating itself!" Um, but yeah, it's quite entertaining. Debbie, I had a new system for doing web uploads for a few weeks before my parental leave started. Oh, hoping I remember to do it when I go back. The point is, it's a longer process. Hmm. I've not done any videos in a while. Got some that I want to do. Debbie is excited and nervous. Uh, so that's more about Glacier. Um, my tat is a gecko that I drew into an Ouroboros shape. Tattoo is traced on. It has the sun behind it. Can I say, by the way, for anyone that doesn't know Sorsha, if you join Vincent Batishi's group on Facebook, and you know, I'm sure the Barely Balanced as well. There's a few groups that Sorsha's on, but Sorsha's really artistic. Like Sorsha will draw her cards for the day or for the week or whatever. But Sorsha makes the most cool mind maps and things out of them. That are just really they draw the eye and they make you want to look at them. So check those out. Fun fact: who remembers Ouroboros is what Scully from X Files chooses as her tattoo? I don't know. No, I've got an Ouroboros on my wedding ring. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, mind you. Mm, yeah, let's use it there. Yeah, you can see it there. You can even kind of see towards see the bottom there. You can see that there's like a head. Sorry for my shaky hands, but you can see that there's a head kind of eating the tail. And then at the other side, I've got the tree of life. There you go. But yeah, I love a good Ouroboros. Having my first sitting for my first tattoo next week, a huge tree that covers my back. Any advice on the process? Sure, let's have a wee look. Robin, do I need to wash my hands in between? So none of my snakes are king snakes. So none of mine have a natural diet of other snakes. I've got a royal python. Their natural diet in the wild, you know, in Africa, is kind of a soft fur rodents. You don't really get them here, so we don't really have an actual name for them. But kind of like a version of it. Well, they're rodents, kind of like a rat. That's their natural diet. But I mean, here they eat, you know, mice and rats. Um, and maize is a corn snake, so her natural diet is mice. Um, so yeah, I'm quite lucky in that I don't have any of that trouble to worry about. Um, Mind you, I'm saying that I keep hand sanitizer, like reptile, um, specific hand sanitizer, reptile safe, like hand sanitizer that's specific for washing your hands after handling reptiles. Um, I keep that with the snake tanks, and I do always wash my hands in between, before and after. Just a hygiene thing, but it's not necessary in terms of whether they'll eat you. What way do you go, hanged man? I'm having my first sitting for my first tattoo next week. Oh yeah, any advice on the process? Some sort. Seven of Swords is a situation, so I mean we've got art being um, put onto you, drawn onto you by needles. So I mean, Seven of Swords kind of speaks to that, doesn't it? But also maybe just speaks to some of those like before you get something like that, it can get a wee, especially a big piece like that. I imagine you're quite nervous and quite apprehensive about it. So maybe the Seven of Swords is just reflecting that a wee bit as well. Um, I think the Three of Cups, though, I mean, very much the main message I would say is enjoy the process. Um, a good relationship with your tattoo artist, I think, will be key. If it's one of those ones where there's no dialogue, there's no rapport, there's no relationship there, I think it would make you focus on the focus on purely. I mean, all you've got to focus on is the pain, isn't it? Um, on the other hand, mind you, if it's like a constant, blah 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 blah, and they don't give you a minute, sometimes when you're going through, sometimes you just need to be like, oh, sorry, you need to give me a wee minute here. I'm actually, um, that's a bit sore. Uh, Maybe just take a minute to do the breathing exercises. You want to have that. You want to be able to do that as well. So you don't want the hairdresser that's going to talk your ears off, but at the same time, you don't want someone that's not going to talk to you at all. You want to have that easy kind of that relationship where you can have a chat, but you're comfortable enough to say, "Oh, hang on a wee minute, Charlie. Here, I'm just naming your artist Charlie, by the way. Hang on a wee minute, Charlie. I, I need to I need to shut up for a wee minute and just focus on my breathing or something." Um, so yeah, um, remember food and drink as well. And what I would say about that, I don't know whether you're supposed to eat particular types of food, whether you're supposed to particularly not eat types of food before you have a tattoo and whilst, during. Um, but food and drink, following advice regarding food and drink. If it doesn't matter, if there's no advice, then take snacks. Take snacks and some fluids, some liquids, just to keep yourself replenished and stuff. You're ending up in this with the Six of Wands. Um, I mean, beautiful symmetrical card, right? And I know that art is not always symmetrical. Probably rarely is symmetrical. Um, it's kind of like the human face. We talk about the symmetry of the human face is one of the natural attractors. But in truth, no human face is truly symmetrical. But when we're talking about the subject of something being nice and complete and feeling well done, symmetry's let's call it a symbol for it being nice. So what I'm trying to get at, what I'm saying is this is a lovely symmetrical card. It's very artistic with the artistic flowers and leaf work that are painted around and in between. Obviously we've got this beautiful symmetry with um, the six wands, and it's a card of success. So I think everything's going to go really well. The advice: take schnapps, um, and have a good time with it. That would be my advice based on these cards. Oh, thank you, Robin. Thanks, Debbie. I thought I'd showed you guys it before. Maybe I haven't. Uh, Lovely ring. I've been melting and sand casting silver rings. I love the idea of casting a silver or a Boris ring. That'd be beautiful. Um, Soon after we get married, in fact, it might have just been like the week after. Um, I wanted to treat my new husband, so we went out and we got it's this kind of a Gucci snake ring, but rather than it just being like a ring with a snake on it, it's like the actual ring is a snake going round twice. I don't think it's an Ouroboros. I don't think it eats its own tail, but it's a beautiful ring. So it is really beautiful. Um, I keep saying I'm going to pinch it actually, but it's funny because it fits on like his middle finger. Um, it's like it's massive on him. Sandy's got tiny wee fingers, but for me, it just about fits on my pinky because I've got big sausage fingers. So yeah, but I keep meaning to pinch that. Um, not 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 for good, not to a point where he's like, "Where's my ring?" And I'm like, "Oh, you know, a bad man must have came and took it." But oh, speaking of which, I've got a story to tell you. But yeah, just borrow it. Uh, yeah, one of the houses in my small estate, if you can even call it that, um, was broken into a couple of weeks ago. Um, Three people broke into this lady's house while she was in herself. It was one of the townhouses over at over just as you come into the estate, back onto the graveyard. So they got in, and my understand they didn't harm her, as far as I'm aware, but they took a bunch of stuff and escaped through the graveyard. So yeah, people are shits. One would think that mice and rats are too quick to be caught and eaten by a snake. Mm, no, no. If you've ever seen a snake strike, um, it's really fast. Both constrictors and um, venomous snakes. They strike really fast, and they wait. They sit patiently and wait until the prey item is near. This is adult live feed. It's illegal to live feed in Scotland and I think in the UK. Um, so the prey items that my snakes get are frozen and thawed. Um, it would have to be if I had to feed my snakes live prey items, I would end up with a bunch of pet mice and rats. So I just wouldn't be able to do it. But um, speaking of live feeding, like eating in the wild, they wait patiently until they get close enough, and then it's like like really really fast, and it's the most humane way of ending the prey item's life. You know, they're the most efficient and the quickest um, at doing it. They don't. There isn't a single snake that strikes or harms another living creature out of nastiness or because they want to. I probably shouldn't say there's not a single living snake because, I mean, different personalities and all that is something that the whole animal kingdom is subject to. So, of course, there's going to be like kind of a nastier personality snakes than than some. But by and large, it's not in their nature to kill just for the sake of it or to inflict suffering on something just for the sake of it. It's purely um, for sustenance, and they are the quickest and most efficient at what they do. Um, so yeah, take that how you will. I could talk about um, animal facts and particular snake facts until the cows come home. So yeah, I'll try and catch up with my comments. Just got your notification from Instagram for this live. It's usually much later than this. Really? Does my Instagram post not usually post on until? Oh, wow. I didn't know that. And I normally post them much earlier in the day too. That's good to know. I'll need to look into that. Although Marvin commented on it just as I posted it, so it must have been there. Um, maybe it's just when it's happened to come up on your feed, Jan. Brian says, I've had to miss a bunch of the live today, but I'll enjoy watching it back. It was great to see you again, Chris. Glad you're feeling better. Have a great evening, all. It was lovely to see you too, Brian. Thank you very much for being here. Even if you've had to miss loads of it, that's absolutely fine. Everyone's got shit to do, haven't they? It's just life. Well, apart from me, for the past 2 weeks, I've been in my bed sleeping and watching a series called Medium with Patricia Arquette. If anyone's ever seen it, I love it. Sandy thinks it's bullshit. Um, Different people have different opinions. I will continue to watch it. Sandy is welcome to sleep downstairs if he doesn't like it. No, I'm joking. Poor Sandy. I'm nervous about the amount of time that it will take to just sit there. I'm not nervous about pain. Sometimes the things that we're nervous about um, turn out to be not the things that, sometimes the things that we build ourselves up about turn out to be nothing, you know? So, I mean, you might need to do it in several sittings. If it's a, you say it was a back piece, if it's a massive back piece, then you probably will. So yeah, take some magazines, take your phone, catch up on some YouTube. Um, yeah, take some cards. Read some cards for your tattoo artist while you're getting tattooed. Make sure you have an artist that you feel confident with, and you'll have fun and be happy and have something to celebrate and be proud of. These cards look so beautiful. They do, don't they? I'm glad that I used this deck. I was a bit apprehensive just because, well, not a lot of majors came up, I know, but the majors are obviously untitled and unnumbered. So I was like, I mean, I've only looked through this a couple of times. Am I going to know what card it is that's coming up? You know, but we got there, didn't we? Depends how fun slash interesting your artist is. Then I had a great conversation with mine, though I didn't sit for as long as you will. I'd be surprised if it's a large piece that they do it in all one day. Usually get divided up over multiple sessions, says Robin. She's phenomenal, Robin, and she has a similar personality to mine, Norse focused. I'm getting Yggdrasil on me. That's exciting. Oh, look, it's our lovely Ben. Um, hey, Ben. Oh, hey, Ben. Hey, Chris, it's lovely to see you back doing a live. Hope you're feeling better. I'm doing okay, Ben. I'm getting there. How are you doing? It's lovely to see you. No alcohol when getting a tattoo. I wasn't endorsing alcohol. Um, Good old water, gluten juice, fizzy juice, tea, coffee. Um, yeah, alcohol thins your blood, doesn't it? So I suppose it'd be a bit messier for the artist if you're drinking whilst you're getting tattooed. I already have 3 sittings of 4 hours scheduled. Ben of biscuits. Ben of biscuits. What biscuits is Ben the Ben of biscuits of? Um, Here, alcohol makes you bleed. Yeah, I think it thins your blood and makes you bleed more easily. Um, and just popping back in. I'm still here. I'm still yapping away, and just done a couple of card readings, but other than that, I'm still talking shite, unfortunately. There might be a bit of pain, but you'll feel great at the end. Cough into blood, yep. Wouldn't get loaded up on booze. Thanks. Snacks, good combo, chillax, good time to come. Sorry to bug you, but could you please post a link for your website for your deck again? I forgot to save it. Sausage Fingers Kelly. That's Kelly McFadden. To you, Mr. Justin Michael Parker. Um, Sounds like a gorgeous ring. We should cash our husband's ring and make you a larger replica. Yeah, that's a good idea. I wouldn't know. I wouldn't have any idea how to do that, but yeah, that would be cool. Snakes let the mice come to them. They're very calculated. Yeah, that's true. Oh, you got your bikes stolen. Joy, that sucks. Those Sheffield people. Um, I'm only joking. I don't have anything against anyone from Sheffield or anywhere for that matter. Uh, only those that stole Joey's bike, they can fuck off. Cunning is the word I'm looking for. Yeah, that's true. Very cunning. Which is very fitting with the Seven of Swords, which still sits on my table. Um, yeah, same wavelength. You won't get a nasty snake, Chris, because they don't have a prefrontal cortex. There you go. You need a rock salt bath with rosemary. I would put clove in there also, and chamomile. Do you know I don't actually have a bath in this house? Believe it or not, we've got 3 toilets. We've got we call it a WC, water closet. It's just like a wee toilet and sink room down at the front door. And across from that, there's the master bedroom, which has an ensuite, which has a shower in it. And then we've got our main bathroom upstairs, which looks, from what I can see, I think it used to have a bath, but it's been converted into like a kind of big double shower. So I don't actually have a bath. So it's not been any baths for me um, except for when we've stayed in hotels that have had baths for years. Doesn't bother me though. Baths tend to overheat me and make me feel not well. So yeah, it says 3 hours ago. Brackets your Instagram post. Notifications just come to me. Just come late to me. Sometimes I get it the next day. Not like I need it, but yeah, yeah. Diane, you always remind me that it's as you affectionately call it, Christy. Diana always messages me and says Happy Christy, which is really sweet because Diane's the sweetest person in the world. But yeah, quite often it's you that reminds me that it's Thursday. Several times I saw Ben on collab lives with people. He was eating biscuits. I've never seen Ben eat a biscuit. Ben, I want to see a video where you just eat a biscuit. Or a blind biscuit challenge with Ben. Blind biscuit. Blind biscuits with Ben. It's alliterative. It'll make good watching, and you need to guess what it is that you're eating. How fucking awesome would that be? It's a thing. It's going to be a thing. We're going to send you biscuits in nondescript, like packages where you won't know what it is. And with the blindfold on, you're going to Or you can have a lovely assistant there, one of your lovely family members behind the camera, handing you the biscuit, um, and you have to eat it and tell us what biscuit it is. Is anyone else as excited about this shit idea as as what I am? Um, cheers to the biscuit munchers. That sounds as though it should be a slur, doesn't it? It sounds as though it should be an insult. The biscuit munchers. Um, I never received a notification for this live YouTube. Get your shit together. But you were here at the start, Ange. This is the same live. I've I've been here talking shite since 9 o'clock. So what are we? 2 hours and 10 minutes now. If I'm ever in Bonnie, Scotland, I'll do the. Oh, that's sweet. Oh, I might take you up on that, Saoirse. And we can do card readings too. How fun would that be? Chris, what a wonderful surprise. Hi, Patrice. It's lovely to see you. How are you doing? Yeah, Chris, you're a wonderful heart. We hate to see you put. Oh, thanks, Joey. That's really sweet. And I'm on the mend. So I'll be back to my usual loud-mouthed, non-croaky, um, expressive and able to come up with lots of different words self very soon. Ben says it's true. I'm a proper English biscuit muncher. Rich tea biscuits usually. Oh, come on, Ben, don't disappoint me. Rich teas, they're like a poor man's digestive biscuit. Don't give me the rich tea bullshit. Rich teas are like it's like you take a digestive biscuit and extract all of the yumminess and the taste out of it and leave yourself with um I don't know, just a shitey wee biscuit. Don't get me wrong, I can eat them, but there's just they don't tickle my pickle. That's what I'm saying. The clove will sting. I'm gonna make a joke, but I don't want to be too rude. But they you need to be see if you're you need to be careful. Is what I'm going to say. You need to be careful. There's certain things you need to be careful about. Chopping chilies. Doesn't matter how many times you wash your hands, you'll still have remnants of chili oils on your hands. Using Vic, like that stuff that you rub on yourself, the menthol kind of a rub that makes you feel better when you're stuffed up, when you're blocked up. And now putting clove in your bath. You need to be careful about these things. You need to be careful if you go to the toilet after perusing these particular things. They can make a certain part of the anatomy particularly stingy. So yeah, I'll leave it at that. Take that how you will. Take care, folks. No one likes a stingy willy. Yeah, watch. Don't rub clove oil on your biscuits. It may hurt. You need to show me a custard cream. I've never seen one except on Britcom as time goes by, and they don't seem to match the cookie that they have in my groceries UK aisle. I like a wee custard cream. When I was growing up, when I was wee, it was always like custard creams and bourbons. Bourbons are like the chocolate equivalent of a custard cream, that we had in the cupboard. So that was the biscuits that we got as kids. Biscuit cravings now, says Saoirse. Always up for a biscuit challenge, says Ben. Um, Ben, you're so English when you talk two biscuits, a cup of tea, and the Queen fall out. When you Sorry, Ben, you're so English when you talk two biscuits, a cup of tea, and the Queen fall out. Is that like um, when he opens it? Not Ben, but just general expression when one opens one's mouth, a purse falls out. Like talk two biscuits and a cup of tea, and the Queen falls out. Is that what you mean? Um, I think it's getting to the point where I need to call it a night, isn't it? My brain's starting to play tricks on me. Joey misses digestives. Hey, Joey, didn't see you there. Robin, I will show you a custard cream when we do a live. They're amazing, just full of the joys of sugar. Have you tried the ones with the orange flavoured cream inside? Now we're talking. Now we're whistling Dixie. Um, no, rich teas are for dunking in tea, but digestives are for coffee. Um, digestives are for tea. Oh, I love dunking a digestive in my tea, and it's worth the risk that it'll break off and fall into your tea. I know there's like a sweet spot. You need to be acutely aware of the temperature of your tea, and that determines the amount of time that you dunk it for. Because you don't want to dunk it for so long that it just breaks away and falls into your tea, but you don't want to dunk it for so little time that it's essentially just a wet biscuit, a wet biscuit. We won't start talking about soggy biscuits, but yeah, lost my train of thought there. But yeah, no, I love digestives with tea. You you have to up your cleansing, boo. This is all the markings of spiritual welfare and blunt. Um, it's a horrible joke, Saoirse, but I laughed hard to myself. Sings the balls, but strings. Oh, stings the balls. Yeah, that's essentially where I was going. Um, where I was going with that. One day, Ben, I'll meet you and Saoirse for some tea and crumpets. Sounds spiffing. The Queen as in queer. Oh, let me reread it. Ben, you're so English when you talk two biscuits, a cup of tea, and the Queen fall out. I think I understand now. Crumpets are the best in potato triangles. Potato triangles, is that what are they called? Hash browns. When you say potato triangles, is that what I would call a hash brown, Joey, or is that something different? We say cream, are we talking about a sandwich cookie? It was a bad joke that I found hilarious. I feel like Denise Miller at the Apollo. Dunking is an art. Yeah, it is, isn't it? It's an art that's mastered over time. Sandwich cafe with a filling. The queen that they say is still alive. Do you have a different idea about that, Joey? Um, Yeah, I'm pretty sure we would have heard about it, 'cause, they we would know if the I think they will know the minute the monarch is unwell, never mind, gone. But aside from that, they have the immediate, stopping of all comedy on the BBC, don't they? Um, yeah. Or again, have I just missed the boat? Am I completely misunderstanding? No, no, Joey, I mean the Queen of England. Um, anyway, I think that's pretty much us for the day, guys. Let's not put cards in upside down. I have started reading reversals, but I've only got certain decks that I do it with. Um, not Marseille style, and this isn't Marseille, I know, but the arrangement of the pips is such that they'll be quite difficult to tell when they're upside down or not. So yeah, I'm not going to bother with these, but yeah, some of them I'm experimenting. I'm being very daring and experimenting with different things. Maybe I'll share some of them with you at some point. Hash browns are amazing, but it's the potato farros, of course. Yeah, so like a potato scone, or yeah. Oh, I love a tatty scone, as we call it in Scotland. A tatty scone, square sausage, and a fried egg, all on a lovely morning roll. Mwah. Um, we have the Jubilee holiday coming up. The Queen must live. It's very true. I hope the wee Queen makes it to the Jubilee holiday. Um, and beyond that. Although interestingly, Nostradamus predicted that the Queen would pass away this year in 2022. Well, when I say that, I'm talking about. So I've got one of these kind of books on Nostradamus predictions. I'm well aware that not everyone subscribes to this. I'm well aware that there's different versions of it, and you know, but it's interesting. It makes an interesting read, and there is a prediction in here that the Queen will um, pass away and Charles will take over this year. I think there's also a prediction though that most of these, excuse me, I think there's also a prediction though that the monarchy will uh, it won't last long after Charles takes over. Um, it's interesting. It's interesting, is all I'm saying. Um, I keep actually when I first got this, I got this with the idea of just picking a random prediction, um, and you're pulling cards for it. You know, um, the monarchy is going to be abolished in such and such a date. Let's just pull some cards for that and see what they say. What harm could it do? Um, anyway, once again, I digress. Um, I could have said that he's so Scottish that he farts bagpipes. That would be painful. Bagpipes are quite a sizable instrument. Um, 96, says Joy. 96. At the Queen's age, she will live till she's 196. Um, I only use reversals with my Rorschach deck. Okay. I loved the last Jubilee celebration. Great concert. Yeah, it was. That was the one when she skydived into it with um, James Bond actor Daniel Craig. Is that right? Or am I thinking of something different? But yeah, that was pretty good. I hope that we can cope with the ruler of the world passing on. I believe Nostradamus. Interesting indeed. Love this. I love Nostradamus predictions. Um, I'll keep my day job, says Justin. She's gone in my perspective, as in you're not in the you don't live in the country where she rules anymore. Um, my friend said that he worried about my tarot cards blowing around outside and changing people's fortunes. Okay, that's an interesting one. I've not heard that before. I mean, if that's what it takes to change people's fortunes, then give me the crystal maze instead of the money tarot cards. Is that what your friend has in mind? This big crystal maze tornado of tarot cards and changing people's lives? People's lives, people have got control over their own fortunes, I believe, anyway. Says me, who was just talking about Nostradamus, which clearly has fixed events predicted in it. Um, it's all good fun. How much clove are you consuming? He means putting it in the bath, Justin. So you know how when you're first getting into the bath, you've got that kind of a tentative. You've got to be really careful, and you've got that process of when your balls and your genitalia first go into the bath. It's a then you kind of come up again. You got to psych yourself up again, and then down again. It's like, and then slowly but surely you accustom yourself to it. Well, imagine that with clove in it, I think is what Joey's saying. And yeah, you've got yourself a stingy willy, like I was saying. I think she's passed, says Joey. When I pull cards on her, it's all my passing cards. Let's see, I've got you. Funnily enough, I did see something about, I was just browsing Facebook. When you're off sick and in bed all the time, that's something that you do a lot, by the way. Um, I was browsing, I think it was Facebook or maybe YouTube actually, and I flicked past a random video that said what they're not telling you about the Queen being really unwell. I didn't watch it because I don't know. I tend to kind of when I see clickbaity things um, that I think are bullshit, I tend to actually not watch them because I don't want to give them more views and I don't want to just annoy myself with it. But obviously, when clocked the title, I came out and I googled, news on the Queen. I didn't see it. Obviously, she had COVID recently and she had a fall and she's been poorly, but from what I could see, she's um, she was still very much alive and kicking. But it's interesting that you've pulled those cards, Joey. Um, very interesting. Swarsha says, "Good thing you haven't got a bath, Chris. One thing less to worry about. Well, two things." Yeah, exactly, Swarsha. Um, oh, it's a process, so it's something they have to be very careful about. Um, it's another one of those process like biscuit dunking, testicular dunking. Like biscuit dunking, it's a process that's mastered over time. Justin Michael, I love you, but I'll kick you in the royal. I won't. I love you. Why? Don't kick Justin in the royal. We love Justin. Um, Justin, I pulled the Empress for Justin. Remember that shield, Joey? Young Joey Luna? That Empress will be there, guarding Justin's royal. with that shield. Interestingly enough, the Empress's shield was quite low down, wasn't it? Here he goes again off on a tangent, but I mean, we're talking about the welfare of Justin's genitalia here, so I feel as though it's a worthy tangent. Of course, when we need her, she's nowhere to be seen. She's letting you down, Justin. That's not her, that's HP. Click before Joey kicks him. Yeah, oh no, well, not quite low down, but it's level. It's in the general area. So yeah, Justin's genitals are well protected. Um, Goodness, that sounds uncomfortable. Never heard of a clove bath. But you know what I'm talking about, Ben, with the and yeah. I mean that's an endeavour that I feel all penis individuals have had to go through. I hope that Charles abdicates. He really should. His uncle abdicated for way less. So this doesn't speak to my opinion on Charles as, in general. Um, I think purely because he's divorced and remarried. I don't think that should be a reason in this day and age. I don't think that should be a reason that I know this isn't. You've not said that, Justin. It's probably not what you meant at all. But um, I know that there are um, traditionalists who think that because he's divorced and remarried that he shouldn't be king. And like you say, I mean, we're only two generations away from um, from someone who abdicated because they wanted to marry a divorcee. So yeah, but I think in this day and age, times have changed so much. It's a non-issue now. That doesn't speak to the rest of Charles's character and things that he's done and not done and said and not said and letters that he may have written and views that he may hold and all that. Of course not. But just in regard to that particular reason, uh, I think it'd be nice if the world would forgive him that at least. That's what I think. But I think it should never have been an issue to begin with. But oh gosh, too many vegan White Russians drunk tonight. Oh, I love a White Russian. I've never tried a vegan one, but I love a White Russian. Um, I'm jealous. Joey, absolutely no need to apologise. There's absolutely nothing that you've said, at least nothing that you've said tonight, uh, in this chat that's been controversial. So please don't apologise. I've really enjoyed having you here, and I've enjoyed the conversation, the banter that was had. Um, you know, testicular dunkage and all. Uh, so yeah, no apologies. Thank you all for this conversation. I needed this to lighten up today, says Laurie. Oh, Laurie, I didn't realise you were even in here. But how lovely to see you. Thanks for at least popping in to say hi. Um, I would much rather see King William. Edward the Eighth was really handsome. Um, I mean, I'm sure William will be fantastic king. Um, and I mean, it's of no material consequence, but it would be quite nice to see. I mean, we've just had the Queen, who's obviously the longest reigning monarch that we've ever had. Um, because she became queen when she was so young. So it would be nice to have one monarch for a sustained period of time, whereas Charles is what, in his 70s? And my gran died when she was in her 70s just last year, from something that could befall anyone, whether they're royal, peasant, rich, poor, higher class, lower class, upper class, lower class. Um, you know, so we don't know, even if he does become king, we don't know how long he would be monarch for. And I think it'd just be quite nice to have that consistency of having William for that sustained period of time rather than drips and drabs. But and like I say, I know that's of no consequence. Cards never lie. She's dead. First she died. Now she dead. You need a hard bath for hard energies. There's a joke there, but I won't make it. It might be a bit too close to the bone. Oh, cheers, lads. Oh, not a royalist. I'd rather none, to be honest. Justin says you're right. I'm just thinking he would be just another bloke if his uncle wasn't forced to abdicate. I want to see a gay king, a queen, if you will. Yeah. How uplifting and amazing would that be? Yeah, I completely agree with that. I'm all for that. One day, maybe. I love this discussion. Um, so I think it's like for what do I want to say to that? Um, I know you've not meant this in a controversial way or anything, Joey, and I can tell just because you've just a couple of comments ago you've said, "Oh, I'm sorry," but I mean, I think having been able to have rapport with anyone, particularly with people that we don't agree with, is it speaks a lot to Justin's character, and I think that it's something that everybody needs to embrace more. See if we could speak more to the people that are on the other side of the argument, and then here I'm talking about everything. I'm talking about all issues. Um, more dialogue, more exchange, more compromise is a happier world, in my opinion. So I think Justin's rapport with Camilla, was typical Justin. Um, as I lovingly like to say, Justin can talk the balls off a snooker table. I think it was a fantastic interview. I think, if I'm honest, regarding Camellia, the way she reads, and the way that her style, maybe I'm inclined to, maybe I'm more on your side than what I'm, uh, perhaps some of the students and people that appreciate her more. Probably because I've not spent enough time getting to know her. I'm a different style of reader from Camellia. That's for sure. But I think that we encourage rapport with the people, with all kind of people, particularly people that we don't agree with. Um, yeah. Anyway, that's my 2 cents. That's my view on that. What about a king and a queen, regardless of gender, or a throuple? Absolutely, Saoirse. I think that's the dream. I think the dream is we as a human race, as a society, get over you know, our need to dictate how people should be, how people should love, how people should live their lives. You know, Uh, obviously years and years and years ago, it was like you must be man must marry woman, and it was all about the nuclear family. Um, I think that we've come on leaps and bounds from that, but there's still a lot of stuff that's frowned upon, and you know, like for example, polyamorous relationships. I think it's quite hard to imagine a polyamorous couple, duh, a polyamorous group, a relationship, being able to get married, and express that love that they have for each other in the same way that I've been able to with my husband, and the way that that many people are able to. And I know that a lot of people will say that that betrays a real misunderstanding on my part of what marriage is. Even people who, um, when I refer to myself as being married to a man and having a husband, people will say, "Oh, marriage is a sacrament. You clearly don't understand it." That's fine. Um, you know that that's different opinions, but again, it, it it comes from a place of one person trying to exercise control over how another person lives. And I completely agree. Once we can get over that, if we can ever get over that, the world will be a happy place. Justin loves the monarchy. But I say that as the offspring of many anti-royals, so I guess it's easy for me to say. We agree to disagree and shake the hands of destiny. Beautiful. Um, how old was Liz when she took the crown? About 22. She's 96 now, and it's going to be it's her 70th year, so 26. Robin, um, I think about 26. That's about the age she would have been when her father passed away. I want to say that it was in about 1952. Would that be right? Yeah, it would be, because 50 up to 2002 is 50 years, plus 20 for 22 is 50 plus 20, 70. So yeah, 52. Go me. I knew a date, a historical date. I feel like, that scene in The Omen too, when Damien is rhyming off all these dates to the teacher and the teacher gets dead pissed off. That's how I feel. I've got the power. Not in a satanic way, Joey. Um, I don't, I don't want you to block me. Um, but yeah, if you've seen that film, and they're really good films. You'll know the scene I mean. It's quite cool. I'm a descendant of Irish famine immigrants and American revolutionaries, but I love her. Mustang. A wee mistake, but that really tickled me. Uh, Justin is amazing, but I love people when they let these energies in. I love people and when they let these energies in. No, I'm very protective. Fair enough. Agreed. Justin's good with people. I didn't realise there was anything off there. Justin taught me an important spread of camellias that I find really useful. It's informative, but what do you want from life? Are you asking me that? What do I want from life? To experience it, I guess. I think that's for me, that's what life is all about. Life's about experience. Um, the good, the bad, the ugly. Um, and I think it's important to be forward planning and look forward to things and plan for certain points, certain milestones in our life. But I think the more we concentrate on the experience of life and the less we concentrate on the other shit, like the end points, like the big judgment day, or you know the happier individuals we are. That's what I want from life, to have a fulfilled experience of it. I'm happy to say so far that I think I have. You get me? It's specifically why I had it in. I appreciate that so much. Not at all. I should get you. I've been putting up with you for 2 years. Polyamorous polycule. Is that the term that we use? I didn't know that. Learn something new every day. I had a polyamorous relationship, says Joy. That's really nice. That's really sweet. But the world is duality. Mm. The tarot community is huge, many different stripes. I would never be angry with someone for how they read game cards. I'm fascinated by Camellia. I thought I'd detracted Justin. What, the Mustin? That's his new name now. Mustin Jekyll. Gosh, look at the time. I like her because she is genuinely confident about her method and she has really helped me in my reading. I didn't like her at first either. She's a really rough personality, but I've come to love it. I mean, how can you say more than that? Reading her book, I understood exactly what she was saying. She respects people who are different readers. Academic often have a direct way of speaking that often feels rude, but it's just direct. Yeah, yeah, definitely. Well, guys, I I can't remember the last time that I've enjoyed um any interaction. Never mind says the guy that lives with his amazing husband. But what I mean is like a group interaction. Um, Obviously, with being ill for quite a while, I've spent a lot of time in my bed recovering, and I've not seen anyone. Um, so what I'm saying is, I've had an amazing time. Um, as you can tell, because I'm now like 50 minutes over my time. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate everyone's company, everyone's concern about me being not well and their well wishes. Um, it's just lovely seeing everyone and reading for you as well, getting my nosy little cards all up in your business. Hope to see you again next week. All going well. Take care, everyone. Uh, love you and leave you. I'll see you all later. Have a good weekend, guys. Bye bye.